If you repeat a behavior for 66 days, it becomes a habit. If you repeat a habit for 250 days, it becomes a skill. If you repeat a skill for more than 1,250 days, it becomes an identity. Such is the same for misery. If you repeat negative thinking for 66 days, it becomes a habit. Repeat it for 250 days, it becomes a skill. Repeat that for 1,250 days, it becomes your identity. We don't want to be happy. We want to stop getting good at being miserable. And the best way to visualize this is the ghost technique. Each time you meet a person, a ghost appears in your room. It can be pleasant or naughty based on the experience, but once it's there, it'll never leave. Why? Because our minds, our memories, only knows addition, no subtraction. So, if you keep meeting naughty ghosts, they'll pester you day and night. But if you counter that with pleasant ghosts, the room will fill and you will suffocate. Which is why we need to prevent the ghosts from entering our mind by not getting good at letting them in. In this video, we'll discuss methods to remove resentment, self-doubt, and anxiety, the negative thoughts of the past, present, and future, which will be explained by the end of the video. Tom was betrayed, insulted, and humiliated in the most hideous way imaginable. As a result, he suffered in isolated silence for 7 long years. Each time he'd feel these negative emotions and say, "If that person doesn't apologize to me by year 10, I'm grabbing a rifle, and Lord knows what I'll do." Of course, Tom isn't going to use the rifle, and the person isn't going to apologize. He knows that, but every day he pointed his imaginary rifle at the ghost, and his hatred grew only stronger. "It's because of you," he blamed the ghost. "All I wanted was an apology, and you ruined my life. You deserve to be punished." Then the ghost sighed and opened his mouth. "I've been punished for 7 long years, but no matter how much punishment I get, it never satisfies you." Tom didn't understand until one day he saw that person, but pale, strained, and miserable, far worse than Tom had ever imagined. When their eyes met, the person flushed, as if filled with guilt and worry, then ran away. The lesson here is, resentment is a state of over-punishment. Many fantasize their torturer as if they're living the good life or laughing it off, but that is extremely rare or a facade. In reality, people who do terrible things to others were often treated terribly first, trapped in this eternal cycle of hatred and misery. Tom realized life had already punished them. He just never knew it. They were both victims of the same cruelty. His resentment turned into compassion, and all the enemies he made in his mind faded away, which for his case took about 7 years. Second story. Billy was a young man who never had a win. He thought everyone was better than him, so every time an opportunity showed up, he'd pass, thinking, "Keep the head down and set the bar low. At least that way, I won't embarrass myself." One day, as he walked through the park, he stumbled upon a basketball and for old time's sake, he threw it backwards, scoring a 3-pointer. "Wow, that's amazing, mister!" A young child had witnessed it. Ashamed, Billy ran home. But that young child had become a ghost, and when Billy would sleep at night, he'd yell, "Wow, you're amazing, mister," nonstop. Next day, Billy was offered another chance to participate in a group project. Billy instantly refused, but as he did, he thought, I never really tried that before." As Billy walked past the streets, he saw a shop owner struggling to take a product photo for an online listing. Billy turned it to the window and put a paper bag under as a background. Suddenly, it looked sellable. "Wow, how did you do that?" the shop owner exclaimed. A nearby customer leaned in and said, "That looks pretty good." "Well done." Embarrassed, Billy ran home. But those two also became ghosts, and as Billy slept at night, they chant, "Wow, you're amazing," nonstop. The next day at work, there was another project, if not the largest. The team lead glanced at Billy and then said, never mind, you probably don't want this. Billy paused, and the room went quiet. Actually, Billy said, holding his hands out, I think I do want to, if you'd allow me, of course. The lesson here is the importance of small wins. Confidence isn't a speech you give yourself, it's evidence you collect. If we collect enough evidence, the mind may change from I can't to I'm learning. Third story. There was a man who laughed when someone else's house burned down. Then he began to cry once he knew it was his house that was burning. It's the same house. It's the same situation. So how did he laugh when the result's the same? My opinion on anxiety is it occurs mostly when we're self-conscious, thinking about ourselves over others or our goals. Example, there are some top-tier athletes who don't feel any anxiety or fear when they're focused on performing. But after they win their medal and stop looking at the Northern Star, they become swamped with anxiety. There is a famous statue called the Three Wise Monkeys. We can't throw away our memories, so these monkeys are extra careful to see, hear, and speak only the good in life. It's never too late to start. We can stop getting better at being miserable by seeing, hearing, and speaking less evil. I hope you find eternal peace and happiness.